hello. Welcome to another week of Doctors and Dungeon Masters. I am Kelly Breivik, PhD student at UWM, and I am the Dungeon Master.
Hello, I am Corey Hearn. I am also a PhD student at UWM English Department, but I'm Plan C, and I am playing Taratha, the soon-to-be-dead Divwiz. She foresaw it, and it shall be.
And I'm Eric Kirsting. I play Willow. She's kind of like a samurai.
Nice. Tell us what happened last session.
Beholder.
Yes.
We fought some mind flayers too.
Pretty sure that's just what happened last session. Bleh, can't speak. We literally just fought a beholder.
Yes.
And if we did anything else, then I am.
We fought a bunch of mind flayers too.
Yeah.
I thought that was a session beforehand.
Nope.
No, the session beforehand we fought the zombie things at the mouth of the mind flayers lair, and then we went into the lair. We fought some mind flayers, and then we that's.
And come this Friday, I will be fighting zombies in Washington.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah. And we were very close to defeating the Mind Flayer. The Beholder. But then my power cut out because my, apparently the way that the wires or whatever are set up, so long as there is a storm, I will not have electricity. But that's okay. Cleek was up to bat at this point. I'm just kind of throwing people in as they are. What was I gonna say? So we had because Cleek just hauled ass over here. They have a ridiculous flying speed. Tali was somewhere over here. Willow and Judy were over here. And then Akandita was somewhere over there as well. So I'm just going to handle that. So we had Cleek who hauled ass over to Taratha and will cast Healing Word on you so that you are not so gnarly. They actually can't get all the way. They'll get out of the anti-magic cone, but they are dropping their T-Rex form because they wouldn't actually be able to get all the way. So that's why they're casting what's it called? A range heal. So you are going to heal for 1 second. $20 points of health.
That helps me quite a bit.
Yep. But guess what? It's legendary action time. We'll see. That's a 3 on the dice, which means I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. This is actually the kindest way for you to get.
Said wisdom save?
Correct.
That's going to be an unnatural 20. Unnatural, not natural.
All right, you are not scared by the Beholder, even though...
I'm never going to be scared of the Beholder. You may kill me mechanically, I'm afraid.
Oh, 1 second. Let me just pop this up here. There we go. Awesome. Welcome, Leia. How are you? I cannot hear you.
I have chugged a whole lot of coffee.
Nice.
So happy for you.
And I am here.
Solid.
And this is one of the problems with having a 4 to noon sleeping schedule. Is that sometimes you don't sleep till noon. And also sometimes you forget you had a meeting at 11. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Hi, y'all. I'm Leia Liebezeller, PhD candidate in anthropology.
And happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate.
You're slightly older now.
I'm in my 30s with an S now.
Amazing.
Instead of just being 30. So that's, My dad was like, "What's it like having a third of your life gone?" And I'm like, "Dad, the world's ending."
Hmm.
Like, I'm not living to 90.
Yeah. Yep. Uh, no, I'm so sorry, you guys. For that, I'm being late, but I'm here. Eric, if you want to do video, we can. Otherwise, I'm gonna like turn this off so I don't have to look at my I just woke up face.
Ha.
That's fine. We don't have to do video today.
Either way, I'm good. Um, I don't mind having my video up, but I don't want to be the only one. That's
All right. Next up is Judy, who rolled too low because that was a 17 and a 15. So that's not quite going to do it. Um, I'm going to have the Beholder roll. It's either going to go for Cleek or Taratha. Odds it's Cleek, evens it's Taratha. It's going after Cleek. With a
God.
number 6 ray, which is Telekinetic Ray. Oh shit. This is not one of Cleek's good saving throws. So we're... Yeah. Taratha, just because Cleek is hauling ass to help you, he runs over, becomes goes from T-Rex to bird, then bird to T-Rex, then back to bird, drops his concentration so he could cast Healing Word on you. And then as he's in bird form, you see him get kind of grappled telekinetically by the Beholder and just slam down into the ground.
That's gotta fucking hurt.
It does. And then we have Akadito, who is going to... The anti-magic ray, by the way, is like in this area. So he is going to move essentially behind the ray at that point. And they have 60 feet of movement, so they can definitely make it there. And try
Wait,
and...
did something happen to me? Sorry.
You're there, but I'm just putting people in as their initiative comes.
I got you. Sorry.
And then he is going to cast Compel Duel so that they do not beef you anymore. And the Beholder will fail, but then choose to succeed.
So incredibly helpful.
What?
Oh, that failed? Fuck.
Yeah, well...
Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Rolled a 5.
Does that... But it has...
No, it doesn't be legendary resistances.
Yeah, legend... Yeah.
Oh, it's a resistance. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you meant it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure.
I mean,
port doesn't affect legendary.
Yeah, Port wouldn't affect legendary.
Actually, it does not have legendary resistance, though. That's amazing. So, you said you wanted to turn that into a 5?
Yeah, it's a 5.
All right. It is now compelled to duel Akadito.
That is actually really cool.
Which is good because it was about to go after you, and instead it's going to try and go after Akadito. Oof, and it rolls a 10, which is the Death Ray.
Is Akadito in the vision right now?
He is behind the vision.
Wait, how can you be behind the vision?
Because the anti-magic cone goes forward.
I see where he is. Never mind. His A is just so far outside of where I thought things would be that I didn't see it. You're fine. I was just wondering if he was in the cone or not. That's all.
Corey, just for shits and giggles, can you just give me a dexterity saving throw? Because I want to know whether this would have made you fail or not.
I would have rolled a 12.
You would have taken 55 necrotic damage, and you would have instantly died.
I would have instantly died?
Yup. That's what Death Ray does. I assume you don't have
Really?
55 HP right now.
No, I do.
Because
of
Okay, then never mind.
I would have... So if it knocks me unconscious, then I immediately die?
Correct.
That makes sense.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you had less than 55.
I would have had 4 points after that.
Oh, nice. Well, Akadito takes 55 points of necrotic damage and is not having a good time. And then, Willow, you are before the lair action. It is your turn.
Okay. I guess I will action surge
Okay.
And I will use my bonus action to spend my last fighting spirit, so I have advantage on all attacks.
Nice.
I'm gonna whip out. Am I in melee range of anything right now?
Yep.
Because I don't. Okay, so that means I can't use my melee. I want to use my ranged, but I
Oh,
can't because
okay.
that would have imposed disadvantage on the strikes. So I will instead.
Oh no, you can. I assume that you've been fighting melee, but now that I'm thinking back, you've been using your gun, not your
Yeah.
sword. So
Well,
yeah.
I'm restrained right now.
Oh well, you could if you're using a gun, you're within range of shooting stuff.
Yeah. So I'll take 4 shots. I'm gonna have to use both guns here because I know I don't have 4 shots in my other gun. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll shoot with. I'm gonna shoot 4 times, and
Mm-hmm.
that'll just have advantage on all of them. So the first one, oh, it's not very good. 14.
That will not hit.
The second one, natural 19, 28.
That will hit.
Third
Woo!
one. I assume he's not looking at me, right? So, or he is looking at me, right?
He is currently engaged.
Yeah,
Like you're not part. You're not in the anti-magic.
Wait, I
cone.
am not. I'm not in the anti-magic cone.
Correct.
Oh fuck.
He moved it last turn.
Well, the
to,
last one was a 16 then. I don't know if that made a difference. Because my gun is +2. I haven't been counting it. That's why it takes me a little bit to thing. So that 14 went up to a 16.
That will not hit.
All right, and still attack number 3 because of the action surge. Natural 17, 29.
That will hit.
And then I have to switch to my other gun, so this one will only have +9. 24.
All right, that hits.
All right, so 3 shots land, and they do. All right, so then I'll roll my damage dice. Okay, so wow, there's a 1 in there, but okay, so that does 34 damage as 4 shots ring out through the air, shooting right at the big fucking eye in the middle.
How do you want to do it?
Just the bullets just pop that eye, and then it bleeds all over everything.
Nice.
It's like popping a pimple.
Wait,
or something.
it's dead?
Yeah, you did over 200 damage to it.
Oh, damn.
And it's been wrecking Taratha.
Yeah, I just didn't think we'd kill a beholder in like 4 rounds.
I mean, I unloaded on it pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it took a gnarly amount of damage and also dealt a gnarly amount of damage.
How much HP do beholders have in general?
180.
That seems
Really?
low.
Yeah. It's a low amount of HP for a thing of a challenge rating 13, in my opinion. But the thing that is rough about it is the some of the rays are just gnarly. Like, there are several rays that will just turn you into dust or instant kill if you're reduced to 0 HP.
Yeah, and 200 HP is pretty standard for most bigger creatures. But I think that there's, it's a little bit easier when we're fighting just a beholder, right? We didn't have like another 200 HP minions that might have been attacking us that we might have had to deal with at the same time.
Yep. So as the shots ring out through the chamber and go through the jello-like consistency of the beholder's eye, it starts spurting blood and magic goop, and the tentacles around Judy and Willow start to writhe, and they squeeze at first, but then they start falling down. And as the beast starts falling deeper and deeper into the abyss below, you hear a small explosion of just sort of like planar energy as it is consumed by both the material plane and its plane of origin. And the ground starts to shake, and the treasures of the many fallen adventurers before you just kind of in this explosion burst up and just start, kind of like graduation hats in the air go up. Can I get a dexterity saving throw from everyone?
I didn't suck at that.
19.
Dirty 20.
Natural 1, 7.
Oof. Yeah, so Willow and Judy fall to the ground from the shaking of the pillar as the explosion rattles the chamber, and you hear the distant sounds of collapsing, and you realize that this entire lair is starting to sort of implode on itself, and you have to.
But there's treasure.
There is treasure.
We can't
But
just
it's
not
also-
get the treasure.
But it's also,
Perception check.
So here's how it's going to work. I mean, for Taratha, it's a little bit easier because you don't need the rope. But if you're sticking around to grab a treasure, you are going to have to make a dexterity saving throw to not start falling. Like, to not fall prone instead of, like you can use your action to run to the rope, or you can use your action to pick something up. If you choose to pick something up, you have to do a dex save so you don't fall prone.
Yeah, I'll look. I'm gonna look for something.
It's so I'm just, like, it's not a look, it's just you're choosing a grab and you're rolling a D100 to see what you get.
So
Okay.
all right, I'll grab. Can't I like try my damnedest to use my great perception skills to grab something cool?
Nope. It's it is
Okay.
you are literally falling. Like, these things are crumbling. You are either running.
16.
Okay. Sorry, I love this. You roll me a d6.
6.
Holy shit, that is amazing. You find these tokens that have some sort of magical aura to them, and you are able to grab up 6 of them as you start running towards the rope. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Can't I stick around and try to grab something else?
Nope. It is literally falling. If you stay on this, you will die.
20.
Okay. You are able to run and grab the rope just as the ground falls beneath you. You are literally hanging in the air.
What about Tolly? Tolly can't fly, and neither can Judy.
She is on a different thing, and Judy is on the rope already.
Okay.
Tolly, what do you do?
I rolled a 99 and an 18 dex.
All right, you are not prone. 1 second, I just have to.
A 99 dexterity saving throw. Wow.
Yeah, yes.
1 second, I'm
Yes.
just pulling stuff up.
99 sounds like you should get something amazing.
But it might also be awful. Like, I have a tendency to roll high, and that's like with these dice particularly, they tend to roll high, and it has not been good at any time I have rolled that level in this game.
All
Which is
right, 1 second.
Fine with me. I'm interested to see what it is.
All right, so you run. Akadito is flying with you, like kind of flying above you. You have to make a leap of faith, essentially. I hear Crystalia in the background, by the way. You have to, what was I gonna say? Make an athletics or acrobatics check to try and jump into his arms and have him glide you over to the rope. Does that make sense? To try and time this.
That is a 12.
All right, let me just see. Okay. You don't jump quite as high as he needs you to, and you fall for a little bit, but he's able to very quickly swoop down, grab you, and get you onto the rope just above Judy. Taratha, what are you doing?
I grab some shit
Roll me a D100.
and do 83.
Okay, 1 second. I just love this list of stuff, and this one is hysterical to me that Taratha gets. All right. Okay, 1 second. Okay. And everything is literally falling into the abyss, into this bright, radiant energy below. Can I get an athletics check athletics check from everyone climbing the rope to climb back up that 300 or so, or 200 feet to get to solid ground?
Did I get something, Kelly?
Oh, yes, you did. Sorry, you grab some rope. Like a lasso.
Okay.
But, yes, you did grab something. I was going to let you all know about it when you were able to, look at it and not be literally falling into nothingness. So athletics check from the climbers, please.
15.
Eric?
Sorry, what am I rolling?
Athletics check.
Sorry. I thought it was Tolly's turn, so I was just like chilling, and I thought that was a direction for just her. My bad. Athletics is my belt works now, so
Yep.
athletics check is 13.
Okay. You are all able to climb up. Willow, you're a little tired, so you're not quite as quick scaling it as you're used to, but you do get up safe and
Damn,
sound.
I still snapping my magic leg.
And the flyers are able to get there well before y'all. And right now, you see Cleek and Akadito hard at work, creating some sort of like barrier from the, like, almost imagine like how shield works, but it's like an umbrella for debris. And that's what they're doing to stop the rocks from falling on your heads. And Cleek goes, "We have to go."
Yes, let's post haste.
All right. Is anyone, dilly-dallying, or can I just assume that you're hauling ass out of the cavern?
I want to take in a moment for the scenery. Just like really live in the moment. I need to really get a picture for the gram.
Sure thing.
Hashtag free love.
Y'all haul ass out of there. Coming in, it took you quite some time, but you are out of there in minutes as the caverns are collapsing around you. Some of the ways that you took to get there are collapsed in, so you very quickly reroute yourselves until finally you break out into the light of day. The sun is blinding, and it takes you a moment to adjust. You rub your eyes as you hear the sounds of the cave finally settling behind you, as it is now completely impassable. And as you come to realize that, this place is essentially erasing itself from existence, soon to be covered by the sand, you look over and realize Emily is on the ground, motionless.
I'll walk up and be like, "Hey, you okay there?"
Yeah, I'll do a medicine check immediately.
Okay, give me that medicine check.
29.
She is dead.
Well, shit.
I guess
I
killing the
suppose she-
beholder killed her.
Wait, well, let me look. Did she get hit by the beholder or something? How'd she get? Wait, she's out here. Did she
Yeah.
run out and then just die?
I guess.
Oh no, never mind. She didn't fight the beholder. Never mind.
I guess.
Knowledge of this
What-
shit. Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's a kind of
We all know that there's a
between
link.
beholders and vampires?
What?
But if there's a mortality link, like if the beholder is to die, Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
well,
whether
does it look
Tali
like?
actually knows that or not, that's what she thinks, and that's what she says out loud.
Well, I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Does it look like there was a sign of struggle? Because there was barbarians out there who maybe don't like mind flayers. I'm not. I don't want to assume, but
Yeah.
does it? How? Like, what is the condition of the body? Do we know? Is there like obvious wounds or anything like that?
Yeah, with Tali's medicine check, it looks like she was standing and then dropped. And the barbarians who are out there are looking similarly like perplexed. They weren't standing near her necessarily, but they saw her go down. Um, but they.
I'll go up and talk to them. Hey, what happened to her?
She suddenly went down.
Was this right about when we did our everything started shaking and shit?
Yes. We tried to stabilize her, but she was gone before we approached.
All right, how you guys doing? You doing okay? You were pretty beat up before.
Yes, but we are alive, and that is more than can be said for Kuzan. But
Well,
it's
maybe we can figure out how to bring Kuzan back, okay?
your friend has said that he has magic, but it is expensive.
Well,
Perhaps he can save your friend too.
we'll see. Our friend is less of a friend and more of a frenemy.
Well, I am
But
not
I don't
here
speak for
to.
everyone in my group. I'm just saying that's a discussion to be had. Whereas with Kuzan, I think that's not a discussion. We're gonna figure something out.
There we go. Sorry, I just had the. I needed to pull the names out. I guess that is true. Do you need us to carry her?
That would be nice.
And actually, they do pick her up. She is in mind flayer form right now. But I mean, they saw that she fought with them. They saw that she helped you. So they seem to be of the mindset that this one is like an exception. And but they do have questions, and they are going to pick her up. And as you all are kind of getting settled to figure out what's next, they'll ask, "Why did she help?"
What races are they?
This one is Gruck. They are a half orc. They actually are all half orc, but you are talking to
All
Gruck
right,
right
all right.
now.
Now, I don't want to be too presumptuous, but I'm sure being of your complexion and having those teeth, you meet people who think you're bad all the time, right?
I suppose, but
But you're not bad.
these,
You guys are good guys, and I think that there's the same thing with this one.
but
What you
we
are
don't
isn't who you are.
eat brains.
I mean, I
But
do.
She wanted to
you eat
strike down
meat.
her master, and so she did. And I think that should be commended. And she might have died for it. So let's try to figure that out.
I am not opposed. I am only curious. You all talk too fast.
What's your native tongue there?
It is orcish.
And I'll cast tongues and I'll start speaking in Orcish to him. So he doesn't feel like he has, like everything's going too fast.
And if you start speaking orcish to him at the same rate that you speak now, he's going to say, "You still talk too fast. But
And
I
I'll
appreciate your help."
Well, that's good.
And at that point, Cleek will go, "I can get us back real quick. You don't have to go through the forest or the desert."
That would be preferable.
Well, is there a cost there though, Cleek?
No cost.
There's no, there's always a cost.
No cost. I do it because I love you all.
Love is the real cost. Because in the end, if we betrayed him, he'd
Seagrok,
lose
you think
everything.
that this bird isn't gonna try to help your friend? It's gonna be all right.
And Akadito will speak up and he'll go, "Our resources are not endless, Willow. Cleek is too generous with the pockets of our masters.
Well,
I
I'm
assume
not.
he is already thinking about helping your other friend." And Cleek will go, It'll be the last time, I swear." And anyone with an insight over 10 knows that he's lying through his beak.
We could also just walk through the desert.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. We're
a
used to
nice
it.
walk.
I won't oppose. I just wanted to let you know I saved the spell slot, just in case.
Well, why? Why would we want to take the long route when we could take the short route?
Why would we want to take the long or the short route when we can take the long route?
Because time. Sweet, delicious time. The only currency you can't get back.
Yes, and time spent with friends and family is not time wasted.
I don't know how you were raised, but sure.
Better than you.
Undoubtedly.
Oh, I'll walk. I don't care.
Can
I'm
you-
doing fine. I'm at full HP. Wait, no, wait. My HP's in the back. I'm actually above full HP. So, I can protect the group if things go awry. But I don't suspect it will go awry.
Teretha's exhausted. She wants to be pampered a little bit.
Let's
How
see.
many death rays did I take to the fucking face?
You took almost all. You took like 4 rounds exclusively of its legendary actions.
Teretha's just gonna put her foot down. It's like, I'm tired. I'm very, very tired.
Would you like me to take you alone? And your friends can walk.
If they want to walk through the desert, of which we have done all of our lives, so there's nothing new to see there, then they may look at the same shit that they've been looking at.
Well, anyone who wants to teleport
Tolly's-
with me.
No. Tolly's gonna come over and put her hand on her shoulder and just put a hand on Teretha's shoulder and just be like, "Are you feeling a little down, Teretha?"
I'm feeling like I took too many death rays to the face. That's what I feel like.
Well, I can fix that. And she will give you 45 healing points.
Appreciated.
She did nothing in that fight, so has all of her spells, and, well, most of her spells, and also almost all for HP, so.
Cleek, I'll take that trip, please.
No, Cleek, do not waste valuable resources doing this.
There are no resources for teleport, just for resurrection. I just say where we go and we are there.
Akadito doesn't seem too happy about it.
I am only unhappy of promising 1,000 golds worth of our resources to someone we just met.
Well, why don't you think of it this way instead? Those people helped you, and B, those people might be able to help contribute.
We helped
Why do you
you.
take it only upon yourselves to pay the burden for this. You didn't even ask me.
We helped you, not the other way around. I value life more than I value gold. However, I am unhappy with the willful ignorance of the finite resources that Clique has.
And what I'm saying is that we can help provide some of those resources. You don't have to carry that burden all on your own, Acadito.
If
But if
You
you
know what's a
don't
resource
ask,
that
we
really
can't
helps
give.
deliberation? A nice bottle of wine.
the
If we get back fast, we can open up a bottle of wine and then talk about this.
I am fine with you contributing, Willow, but it is not of good breeding to promise without making the terms of the promise clear. For
I don't
Clique
I don't think I
to
promise
promise,
anything.
for Clique to promise to resurrect and then ask for money after the promise is not good.
That's just
Acadito, I
being.
think you're a little too stuck up.
I am not stuck up. I only follow the laws of Akadi.
That's kind of what being stuck up is. And it's not bad to be stuck up, but, you know, it is kind of
You
the way
made it
you.
sound a little bad there, Willow.
Well,
Stubborn,
I'm a little.
maybe.
I think
Might
I'm
be.
pretty stuck up.
That's true. That is true. But I would never say it as a compliment to you.
Well, from one stuck up person to another. Acadito, you're a little stuck up.
If you say so, Willow. But I would rather not argue. I am already tense as it is.
So yeah, let's the teleport. Eh?
Cleek will look to Tali in confusion. What do I do?
It's a free teleport. Why aren't we taking this free teleport? Then, in no way, shape, or form impacts the ability for resurrection.
Tolly is just like. I wish I had a camera right now. Because she's like trying to say something, but like doesn't know what to say. So she like starts to talk, and then stops, and starts to talk again, and then stops. She's gonna turn to Taratha. She's gonna be like, "I'm not gonna acquiesce to you forever. I hope you know that." Just as Cleek take us home.
Wait, I'm confused. Is there a reason why we don't want to take the teleport? This is out of character.
Out of character, Tolly doesn't want to take the teleport because she actually feels like she needs a walk through the desert, but doesn't particularly want to be that far away from civilization by herself. Um, so, like, if some of us are taking the teleport, then she's gonna go through the teleport, and then she's gonna go for a walk in the desert closer to civilization.
Willow doesn't like the idea of owing these guys
Also
any more
that.
than she already does.
Also that. She doesn't particularly like Akadito very much, and also is getting the sense that, like, Akadito is getting, like, over helping them. Like,
I mean, Akadito's just a stick in the mud. He's here to try and get Aarakocra back to their home plane and kind of doing this sort of, like, outreach mission. And Click's like, let's help these people. What's this? What's that? And just dragging him on a bunch of
We
stuff.
should probably tell them about the island at some point then.
Yeah. Also, I put into chat the treasures that y'all found. And I think that Tali's and Taratha's are just beautiful for what you rolled and what your characters are. And then Willow just got something that I thought was really cool.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I will be right
Actual-
back. But you know where Willow
actual
stands. She's just in the same boat as Tali.
I'm sorry, what was that, Willow? What was that, Eric?
I think he was going to the bathroom or something. But yeah, I just love that you rolled that one, Corey, because I'm just like, this is like Taratha's vibe, like in some way, like just having it there, but it's also just the most mundane thing on the fucking list.
That's so funny.
Yep.
She'll use it to like power her little Lehman's tiny.
Yeah. All right.
So I want you to know that the first two things she's gonna teach this animate rope.
Uh-huh.
Can it move on its own? I guess that's the first question.
I'll say that it has a movement of 30. Like, it's a cool little thing.
So that's lovely. So the first two things are like one of the body leashes for a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then also noose, so that when everyone thinks the rope is just a leash, it can actually kill you. And those are the two things that she is going to do with it. Just for the record.
Amazing. All right. So you could start. I mean, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna say you have to teach it noose before you teach. I mean, if you're gonna start while you're walking, you're gonna have to start with noose, unless you're going to have a volunteer to sit there for the harness. But
well, I mean, her pup needs to learn how to have a harness anyhow.
Right.
So.
But what I'm saying is on the walk back. Like, you
no, I mean, we're not walking. Cleek is taking us home.
Okay. I still wasn't sure about that. So.
Yeah, no, she turned to Cleek. She said, Taratha, I will not acquiesce to you forever.
Oh, okay.
Cleek, take us home.
All right. So Cleek will teleport y'all back to the stands that are, what's it called? Where the caravan is. And he will motion to the barbarians and he'll say, I have a space set up still. I will help your friend, even though my friend is being a spoil sport.
Tali's just going to hand him 1,000 gold.
Solid. Is that for the barbarians or is that for Emily?
She doesn't think Emily can be revived, so it's for the barbarian.
Okay. The barbarians will all hug you deeply, thank you profusely, and you can tell that there's, even though that you're not a sort of regular here, they're probably going to do something at the guild hall to try and help you somehow, but they don't have much on them in the moment. And
okay.
They'll all go inside what's it called, Cleek's mini mansion, and deal with that. What are the rest of the party doing? It's just about dinner time.
I'm gonna see my.
So wait, we teleported back?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm breaking out the wine. It's wine time.
Willow, what'd you say?
I'm gonna go see Zola.
Nice. So
Tali is gonna grab Boomer and some snacks for Boomer and also a snack for herself, and then she's going to go for a walk in the desert.
Nice. Zola was chilling with Boomer, so the two of you, kind of, meet briefly before Zola, gives Boomer back to Tali, and then she'll look over to Willow and she'll go, well, hi, how'd it go?
Went about as well as you could have imagined, I suppose.
So,
Takes a looks at Tolly.
how bad was the monster?
Bad.
Well,
Not great.
I'm. I guess it's good that y'all were there.
I think it was good that we're there.
You you bring anything back? Like stuff
Yeah, and I'll
from
flick her one
from
of
the
the
beast?
tokens.
And she'll look and she'll go, was this the thing you
Well,
fought?
she's got to catch it. I flicked it
Oh,
at her.
sorry.
I like a coin. It's like a little coin, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
snapped it at her.
She rolled a 17 on that check. And so she catches it, looks it over, and she goes, "Well, this ain't look like a monster piece.
Well,
I
it ain't
thought
a
maybe
piece
you
of a mon.
got an
Part
eyeball
of it.
or."
It's part of its treasure. And by the way, its eyeball was bigger than 10 of me.
No way. How big was the rest of it if just its eyeball was that big?
It was quite large. It could hit all of us with its weird little tentacles at the same time.
Ugh. And you're telling me I should train for adventuring when that's the sort of stuff that I gotta look down if I go adventuring?
And yet, you seemed really excited when you heard about it.
I just like learning about different monsters. It's for education.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, well, you keep telling yourself that I'll keep telling myself that. So what's this coin do?
I don't know. You're going to have to figure it out for me.
Oh.
Be careful, though, because I don't know what it does. It could hurt you.
Then why would you give it to me?
Because a little danger ain't going to hurt you. And you need to learn how to identify magical items. You're gonna, be a book learned person.
I suppose. And she'll look it over and let's just see if she hasn't rolled the best Arcana check. Bowie, come here. Well, I'll sit and have a think on it. Thank you, Aunt Willow.
I'm getting the sense that Willow's passive insight might be enough to know that Tolly wants to go into the desert. So Willow will ask, "You want company?"
Sure. Be quiet. But
be quiet.
You'd be welcome.
All right. Before I leave, I'll say if you get stumped, Zola, you can go ask if Aerith has any magical secrets she might be willing to impart.
Yeah, I might think I'd do that. I'll make sure to not bother her before dinner though, because she gets kind of mean when she's hungry.
People do.
I just imagine Taratha being the hangriest bastard that in the fucking caravan.
Oh, for sure.
All right, what do I?
It's not even that she necessarily likes to eat. It's just she's just uncomfortable.
What was I gonna say? Tali and Willow, what do y'all do?
Literally, I'm just going for a stroll away from people and doing some thinking.
And I'm being quiet.
And Taratha, what are you doing?
I'm going to try and read the flames, because assuming we have a little campsite.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do some soothsaying.
Sounds good. What are you trying to read?
I don't know, we have kind of like a forking path ahead of us. Things are getting, the world kind of got larger in a sense. I guess I'm just trying to understand I think Taratha is trying to see if there's any sort of dark premonition on the horizon.
Nice. Give me a D100 roll.
I do. That's going to be a 57.
You get the feeling that, yeah, there's probably something dark coming, but you just get a feeling, you don't really get any details.
And that's when I start pouring the wine.
About halfway through this sort of activity, as you're drinking and reading the flames, Akadito will come up to you. And he'll take a seat, and he'll, he's very prim and sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just good posture, very put together. He'll enter, but he'll be quiet.
Like he would have went to an Ivy League school, like that kind of like posture.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah. Is he a Dartmouth kind of guy?
Is he a what?
A Dartmouth kind of guy? Yale?
These are all things that are well above me understanding the differences between them. So I'm just gonna say definitely someone who has just kind of been trained in how to have good posture and sort of, just very put together, for lack of a better word. And when he enters, like, he'll knock, you'll allow him, just say come in, he'll walk in, barely make any sound as he walks, give you a small bow, and then he'll take a seat. And he will go, "It seems that Cleek can bring back the Mind Flayer. But I am not sure if you are aware of the full extent of their kind."
Tell me what you think I don't know.
They can only...
I'm allowing you to mansplain to me.
Christ. They can only survive by devouring the brains of other humanoids, which is a crime, from what I understand.
It's a grave crime. It's a grave crime. I can't speak today. Fuck. It's a grave crime, yes.
So, what would you have Cleek do? Let her stay dead, being a person whose final deeds was making this plane better? Or to bring her back? Sorry, the neighbor's dog. Bowie. To bring her back.
Yeah.
Where she can...
Oh my god.
Bowie. It's literally, the dog is at my window, like, trying to get Bowie to play.
It is succeeding.
Yeah. Where she can live the life that she wants, but also the one that is against the rules of your land.
This is...
1 second. Bowie, come on, you gotta stop that. Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't... I'm not really familiar with nature magic, but there are those that can bring back the dead. Bring back the dead in a new body. They can reincarnate them into a new form. Cleek can do? Sorry, the dog is really breaking my train of thought.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get her to come over to me so I can pet her and just calm her down. And Akadito will go, "That is a spell for druids, and not men like Cleek."
Do you know any druids?
In my plane, but not here.
Well, what if we contacted them?
Taratha,
Yes, Akadito.
this person is a stranger to me, a stranger to my people, and not part of my mission from my god.
Well, I can help you with your mission from your god.
How?
And first, let me get my little spiel. See, what we have here is something unprecedented, right? A mind flayer not only acting against the beholder, but presumably knowing, maybe not knowing, but dying for this rebellion, doomed by their very, I hate to say the word essence, but in a way, yes, they can only feed in one particular way. They are, to use a vulgar common parlance, an abomination, or at very least an aberration. I think if we were to reach out to something that could reincarnate and give Emily a new life, we can prove that how we are born does not determine us, even against all these terrible, terrible odds. This may be a way to actually make sure that the mind flayers can break free. Maybe we know that they are kind of in service to the beholders, but maybe they are more akin to slaves. But enough of that. Enough of that posturing. I don't need to appeal to your whatever. What I'm trying to say is there is an island filled to the brim with Aarakocra.
Where?
If I only know scarce detail, but I know that it's in the South Sea. And we could help you. We could help you with your mission. We would need to work out some of the details and what us working together would look like as we go to this island. As I was offered an employment opportunity to go and observe what's happening on this island, but I think we could work something out.
If what you say is true, Taratha, I think it would be an agreeable compromise. I will ask Cleek to bring us back to our home plane, but we will need to delay the caravan so that he may rest to bring us back. Only for a few hours.
I don't foresee that being too much of a problem. I imagine that my compatriots will be in the desert for at least that long.
All right. We will take Emily to our plane and bring her back anew. And he'll stand, give a bow, and head out.
Wait, Akadito,
Yes, Taratha.
could I choose the form?
That spell does not choose form.
I'm asking if I can roll the D100.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go with them.
All right. Are are you going to wait for the party, or is this just gonna? I mean, it's not going to be of like any real importance. Like, you know, you could go.
I'll leave it to. Do you guys? Would you guys want to go for this quick little sojourn, or do you guys want to stay out in the desert while I handle this?
Willow wouldn't go.
Okay, I'll put a note on like the flap of my Lehman's tiny.
I mean, I'm not speaking for Tali. I'm just saying Willow would not just willingly go to another plane. She's got business here. You know, she doesn't know. She doesn't. You know, not gonna risk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tali's been kind of pushing to go do other plane stuff for a little while, so she would, but
We could say you wait till they come back, and you know, you're like, oh, be right back, guys, and then convince like Bing Bam to, you know, instead of going at the crack of dawn, wait until like noon.
Well, this is certainly exciting.
Hmm. And so Cleek will come out of his magnificent mansion looking pretty tired because he just spent an hour casting a level 7 spell. And Akadito is just about to blast him with, hey, can you cast level 9, please? And Akadito will, you know, motion to Cleek, and he'll say, we are going home for the night, Cleek. We must consult our kin. And Cleek will nod and look to Tali and Taratha. Are you going too?
Oh, I wanted to talk
Oh.
to Tali before.
Oh, go for it.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize I had been home and then they were
Yeah.
leaving right now. I was kind of zoned out for most of all of that
I just
conversation.
I just assumed
So if
that
they're
you
going
were
right now, I'm not there and I'm not going. If that's
Oh.
what's going on.
Okay. No, I just because when I asked what you were doing while you were together in the desert, both were like, yeah, I'm quiet
Well,
and I'm
that's the start of it, you know.
Yeah, that's the start of it. And also, like, the whole bit is, like, she's going to the desert for several hours to, like, contemplate life and what she is doing. So, I mean, yeah.
Okay. In the future, if you could just say like that's how they are for now, but check back later would be cool, because it kind of read off to me like, yeah, this is, you know, just doing this and then that's that.
All right. Sounds
So,
good.
what do y'all talk about after, you know, an hour or so in?
So, guys, Chrysalie is teaching right now, and she's answering a question. So it's gonna be double speak on my mic until she's done.
It's okay.
Okay.
Does Tali go first or does Willow go first?
I don't know who talks first. Who breaks the silence?
Probably Willow. Because Tali is like deep in thought right now, throwing a stick for Boomer every once in a while.
How are you feeling? Seem a little solemn.
Sorry, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Solemn, not solemn. Just I've been doing a lot of killing, and I'm just not a fan. But that's okay.
Well, at least violence seems to be directed in important directions.
How about you?
We have been doing a lot of killing. I think being out here, experiencing all this, it gives a lot more answers than I think it does questions. I think there was a big part of me that was running. Running from a lot of things. The first time I was an adventurer, or the first time I went out and lived a life of danger, rather, I I was running away from from uh from my Yashina, from my destiny, from my spirit. Didn't want no part of it. And it was easy because my sister was the same way. So we had each other. And now Zola's growing up. And she's still running with me. But the thing is she never really chose to run. Not the way I did. And the more I'm out here running, the more I'm out here chasing after things, living this life, the more I think that, oh gosh, there's definitely more than this. And I think that it's not fair to deny myself or the ones I love all the more there is.
Well, my life is less a life of adventuring and more life with the caravan. It's different when you have family and you're a part of something a little bit bigger than yourself out here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need your help to smooth this one over, but I'm taking a break for a while. I think I've got some stuff I need to do, but Taritha's not gonna like that. She gets real attached.
Does she? I'm not sure she does.
She doesn't show it, but you can tell.
I think she'll be alright with it. I don't know how alright she'll be with trying to find a third again, but
Well, you still got that cactus fellow.
no. You had that cactus fellow. That cactus fellow was your friend, not my friend.
I thought you were familiar.
Well, we had met before. Mildly. I actually, above table, I don't actually remember at all
You
how
had
I knew
some
that.
business relationship, but not like friendship.
Yeah, I buy cacti to sell out here occasionally from them, but they wouldn't consider them a adventuring companion.
Makes sense. You'll find it. You'll figure it out though. In worst case scenario, you'll just be like Akadito and
Oh Lord,
Cleek
please
over there.
no.
They roll us too, and it's not so bad.
They're also like much more powerful than we are.
And don't sell yourself. I've seen you work mirror.
I mean, sure.
And you do all that stuff while being completely at odds with those things that give you power. I think that's pretty impressive.
Only some of them. At one time, I worshipped somebody else who was preferable to the one that has chosen me, so. There's a lot you can do without magic. It's actually amazing to me how dependent I am on it now. It's a little concerning. But magic came to this world quickly, and I bet it can be taken away pretty quickly as well.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure we should get used to having it.
Well, it serves its use.
I'm sorry, what? You broke up.
Serves its uses.
That's true.
I'm good.
All right, yeah.
Sounds good.
So wait, are you taking a break
Hmm?
from is Eric taking a break or
This,
is Willow taking a break?
that was referring to what we talked about. I think it was 2 times ago, where Willow wants to go visit her family,
Okay.
and she wants to take Zola with. So that was
I got you.
what she was communicating.
I got you. Okay. All right. Good.
All right. Then I guess we'll just say that it's Taratha and the Aarakocra going to the plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought Talia wanted to go if you were back.
It's going back and forth. I don't know.
No,
I mean,
okay, so
yeah.
Tolly, so being real, Tolly would not be back in time for that. Like, that's just how it is. Like, she was planning on, like, probably
Weren't they
not a
gonna go
whole
the next
night.
day?
Like, no, aren't they going
Yeah, they're
tonight?
going tonight so that they can come back to the
In the
caravan
morning.
in the morning.
Yeah, and I won't be back in time, and that's fine. I don't care. Tolly knew that she was just waking up and leaving for a while, and she might miss some stuff because that's what happens when you leave. So I'm okay with it. We could also start using the for the record, y'all. We could make another voice channel. I know we wouldn't have it recorded, but like that way when we had long conversations, we could just like skip over to other spots. It's up to you though.
Doesn't matter to me. I would just want people to feel engaged, so whatever works for that. And the other thing is they could wait. Like if Taratha knows that Tali would want to come, like they could wait. Like, cause it's been at least 2 hours. So
Yeah, it was like 2 hours. Like we had been gone 2 hours before they even had that conversation.
yeah.
So I was literally like Tolly was literally planning on staying part of the night out here.
Oh, okay. Then never
Like
mind.
it wasn't.
Someone could
Yeah.
send, sending or something.
Yeah. Okay. I just need to know as a DM. Are you going to if like I just want to know the decision. Like at this point.
I am not going.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Alright.
people keep
Like,
saying, but
consider,
you
like-
could go. Like that's what you
Okay.
guys are doing right now. You're
I
like,
know.
"Oh, but you could go if you wanted to. Here are all the ways you could go." And I've said now 5
Yeah.
times, Tolly is not there.
Okay.
Go without me, please.
There
My
we go.
bad.
So then, what was I gonna say? Cleek, tired from casting Resurrection, gives a heavy sigh and just starts casting and creates a gate and just motions you over, Taratha.
I'm gonna put my hand on the door, the gate, the side of the gate, and just turn to him. You really have to teach me this. This is fantastic.
Wouldn't you like to know, Taratha?
That's
I-
exactly what I just expressed. You're
know,
right. I would love to know.
But you don't have the power I have yet. But maybe one day you will.
You know, maybe quite soon. Maybe quite soon indeed.
And I think Akadito would be the one carrying Emily out of the three of you, since he's the strongest. And give me a dex saving throw as you step through the portal.
A natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, you step through and you just enter air. And here's the question. Would Taratha's natural response to falling be wanting to have her feet on firm ground or flying to stop herself from falling?
It'd be flying.
Okay. So you fall a couple of feet before the wings come out and you start flying. Akadito and Cleek are just straight in, ready to go. And Cleek will kind of smile and gesture to the vast openness in front of you. It seems that he purposely made it a little bit of a journey, not a terrible amount, to get to their destination because he wanted to show off sort of like what the airplane is about.
The airplane.
I know. And actually walks a few steps, and it looks like he's walking on some sort of invisible surface. And then he just starts dropping, and he does a couple of flips in the air. Then the wings come out, and he flies back up. And Akadito is walking because he is carrying Emily. And Akadito goes, "Even though there is nothing that you can see, the plane of air knows when you need to fly, when you need to walk, when you need to rest. If you wish not to fly, you walk."
That is. What if you don't know what you want?
You take a leap of faith, and the plane will decide for you.
And teenagers would not like it here.
We become wise very quickly. Follow.
Fantastic. Yes, so.
And it's only about a half-hour walk / fly to until you get to this sort of huge, like, just expanse. It looks like a almost like a college campus sort of thing, where there's a lot of buildings that are instead of grass, it's a cloudscape. And coming out, it's almost like a when you look at a dragonfly's wings and it reflects like rainbow in the sun, but without the sunlight, it's just sheer. So it's sort of like that. In the sun, you could see the rainbow reflection of the buildings, but at the same time, they're there but not there. And give me a history check as you walk to this campus.
19.
Nice. You easily notice the what's it called? The signs of Akadi. There's symbols everywhere dedicated to her. There's flags on posts and just kind of plaques. I don't know if you cast comprehend languages to see it, but you can imagine it's just sort of dedicated to her and her teachings. There are some sort of odd structures that don't quite fit into the theme overall, but they are built in. So it's almost like looking at Roman architecture, but then there's the little the little caps that are on the that one building, St. Basil's Cathedral in the Red Square. So there's some
Weird
mishmash of something else, but you're not quite able to put your finger on what influenced that.
Weird question. Is this the same god that we encountered in the desert?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a yes?
Yep.
Cool, gotcha.
And Cleek will lead the way, since Akadi has his hands full. And he is just going on and on. This is where we learned how to do this, and this is where I learned how to sing. Over here is where our friends grew up, and we had many games. My favorite is Catch the Firefly. Just stuff like that as you're walking. And they go into one of the buildings, and it is like a grand corridor that spans for quite some time. And in a way, give me an Arcana check.
21.
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of portal magic in here. The way that because he's gone through a couple of large entryways, and it seems like this building is a hub to go to different parts of this plane or this planet. So this is where you would travel to go to a bunch of different universities and things of that nature. but these different places are in various parts. So the only thing that kind of exists in this space are the hallways, and the doors go to different areas of the plane. And after a while, they come to a door that has a golden like name tag on it. And do you speak Aran by default, or would you cast comprehend languages on it?
I do comprehend languages.
All right. You just see you read the name Deek, Deek. And the door opens because Cleek opens it, not magically. And you step in through another portal, and you see a sort of. It is an office, but it's like a greenhouse office in a way. And you see another sun parakeet tending to some of the plants. And these plants are kind of stubborn in a way. They are floating in the air, and anytime this bird tries to like trim the stems and stuff like that, the leaves kind of pull back. Kind of like how your dog will resist cutting its nails sometimes, but not because it hurts, but because they're scared. So that's what's happening right now. And the bird will turn around and will go, "Hello, how are you? It's been a while, Cleek. Who is your friend?"
I am Taratha Icecrona. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I'm Deek. I am Cleek's twin brother.
You don't say. The resemblance is uncanny.
I hear that you have a job for me.
Yes, I do.
Tell me.
You see this mind flare here? We're looking to reincarnate her.
I can do that. Cleek can't.
Would you mind doing that?
Deke will nod, but then hold out their hand to Cleek. And Cleek looks nervously to Akadito, and his eyes narrow, but he looks away. And Cleek will pull out the components for the spell, because this also costs 1,000 gold. And he'll hand it to Deke, and we'll lay Emily out. Give me that D100 roll.
All right, that will be a 21.
Mountain Dwarf. Her preferred form.
You're kidding me.
No. 14 to 21 is a Mountain Dwarf. Nice. So, Deke performs a spell. It takes an hour to cast. And, you watch the form of the dead Mind Flayer turn into a short, stout dwarf. Give me another D100 roll.
That's going to be a 15.
Alright, she looks nothing like the dwarf before. Instead of having blonde hair, it's a very dark, jet black sort of look. Her nose is a little bit rounder than it was before, and her beard is it's wispy. It's not as full, but it's probably just because she's not doing the best right now. It'll probably fill out with time. And slowly her eyes open, and she looks around and she tenses, like, not sure what's going on, but then she sees you, Taratha, and she goes, "What's going on?"
I hold up a mirror.
And she'll do something, and then look confused, and she'll go, "My disguised self isn't working."
It doesn't need to anymore.
And she's looking at like her hand, like for the ring that she would use for that. What do you mean?
We didn't get it exactly, but I think you'd be happy. You'll be happy in this body.
And right now, the Mind Flayer clothes are very ill-fitting at the moment. And Cleek will go, "My brother and Taratha brought you back because they love you, and I love you." And Emily will, like, she looks very happy, but like also Cleek is weirding her out, and she'll stand up and gather the clothes close so that it's not quite fallen off her. And she'll look to Taratha and she'll say, "I'm sure there's a bit more to this story. Pardon me for being rude. This is not the material plane."
No, we're on Akido's plane.
Well, Cleek's brother, thank you. Can we go back?
Yeah, on our way out though, can you tell me if you knew you were going to die, or is that something that kind of snuck up on you?
It was something that I thought was a possibility, but was not sure.
Well, you're free now.
Thank you. And Cleek will go, "We can't go back home till tomorrow, but I can sing for you and keep you entertained all night."
Please do. I brought my bottle of wine, so please.
Nice. And so y'all have a good evening. Cleek, actually, he sings amazing. He sounds nothing like himself when he is singing. He has like this sort of like rich baritone voice, which is almost comical in comparison to how he talks. And you all have a long rest, and at the start of the day, Cleek brings you back to the material plane with your compatriots.
Can I say at one point after I get a little bit drunk, can I say to Cleek, "Hey, can we play that catch the mosquito game you were talking about?"
Oh yeah, he definitely would do that. And there's he has to like run to like his brother's study again to grab, essentially it's like a shuttlecock from badminton, but it's like or I guess a snitch would be a better, like a snitch from Harry Potter, and that's sort of what you play.
Gotcha.
Not quite Quidditch, but it's catch, and you have to run it to the other side of the pitch before other people are able to wrestle it out of your hands. And yeah, it is morning. The crew's all back together. The barbarians come back to y'all and give you the full reward, which was 900 GP total, so that's split between y'all. So instead of getting the 25%, they just dead ass, they collected and then, delivered the money over to you in the morning.
I'm sorry, how much was that?
300 apiece.
Sorry, I was muted. Do we need to collect our part, or does that include our part?
That includes your part. It was not a very high-paying job, and it was negotiated before they kind of knew the extent of it, but they collected both yours and their part, their part of the job. and gave you all of it.
Thank you, fellas. How's Karak doing?
And Judy will go, "Oh, you mean Kuzan? I think he's smarter than before. I don't think that he's gonna be able to do as good a job smashing because he's saying all sort of philosophical stuff and all that. But it also might be the painkillers. He's still recovering."
Well, coming back from the dead
I hope he has a swift
does that
recovery.
occasionally.
I heard Leia. I did not hear Corey.
I just said, well, I hope he has a swift recovery.
And Judy will look at I was gonna say look at Leia, look at Tali, and she'll go, "Well, I'm hoping that we don't have much of that moving forward. Usually we're a lot tougher than the bastards we go up against, but boy, were we in over our heads with that one."
Yes. I think we all were. That's why we had to work together. All's equal in the eye of the beholder.
Fuck. And Judy will go, "We also had a talk with the guild. Said that each of you is worthy of a favor. So if you ever need ever in town and need something, no questions asked, we got your back. Anyone in the guild will have your back."
It's mighty kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's very generous.
Yes. Well, that's what we do here. If someone does something good, we want to make sure that you're still alive to keep doing good. So, you heading out now? I see you're packing up.
Yes, I'm going to walk my friend to her house, but then I think we need to get going.
Of course. It's been great getting to know you all. Wish you safe travel, and if you ever want to have a drink, you know where to find us.
You have wine, right?
She lets out a laugh, and then, "Oh, you're serious." I mean, we could probably find some. We just don't exactly have it at the ready all the time.
That's all right. I'll bring my own. It's more of a pleasure to have good drinking company than for you to provide their drinks.
I suppose. Well, you all be well. It's good getting to know you, and I'll see you when I see you.
You as well.
Goodbye.
And they'll head out. Taratha, was there anything you wanted to do with Emily and her partner? Or were you just going, or we're just gonna say that you walk them over, drop them off, and walk back?
I guess I'll just have like some small talk with Emily and like, just kind of things where like I say like, it's probably good you don't look like your original form because your original form kind of, drew some attention.
And she'll go, "Well, I'll draw a lot more attention. Just from the
That's
people
good.
that I want attention from."
Well, that's good. So what's your plan now? Get married? You gonna stay around here?
I don't know. It all depends on, what Armin wants. I think I owe him a lot, and I don't want to dictate what we do just because of, my past.
Your past, and I need to remind you, you're not who you were anymore. You're not your extra planar self. You're more or less a denizen of this plane now. I don't know if you have your powers still, if there's any sort of vestige of your past inside you, but this is about as clean of a blank slate as you're ever gonna get.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, and I can't thank you enough. I'm sorry I tried to control your mind when we first met.
No one has yet.
Yeah. Well, it looks like I won't be able to do that to anyone anymore, and it's good. I like not having those powers.
You might be able to finally enjoy a good mortal meal for the first time.
And she'll smile wryly, and she'll go, I don't know. Think I could still go for a brain or two. I'm just kidding.
All right, you take care. If you ever need to reach out to me, you can mail me at this address.
Nice. And yep, she will take that, and she actually will ask you to wait outside of the house, and then she'll run inside and then exit and give you the book of the beholder. And she'll go, I have no need for this. I doubt you will want to know much about this stuff, but or have any need of the knowledge in here, but you seem to be someone who likes to collect knowledge.
That I do. Just I like see in the doorway a little bit to see if like Armin's home and like how he reacted to an unfamiliar dwarf running
That is
in
true.
and
That
looking
is
for the book.
true. Yeah, I'm just going to fast forward and just say that she like they had that moment, and you know what? No, because she's definitely done some disguise selfing. So like it was kind of business as usual when she walked in.
Okay.
So yeah, so it was just another day. He's probably none the wiser, and she'll probably just go, yeah, this is my preferred form, and just go on business as usual.
Cute.
Yep, and it is adorable as hell. Definitely, like, you know, because she's very hardened, and you've just kind of seen her in, like, you know, in work mode, in fight mode, in survival mode, and, like, it's just total, like, the first thing she does is kiss him on the cheek before going anywhere, kissed him on the cheek before leaving the house, gave you the book, you know. Like, anytime they enter or exit, it's always some form of affection. Um, and he would actually be sleeping at this time, so she's just, you know, give him a kiss on the forehead, real quiet, sneak in, sneak out type thing.
I guess some people do deserve a happy ending.
And we'll leave that one there. You head back. Tali, do you do anything with the caravan as you are packing to head out?
No. I mean, besides backing up and making sure people get to where they're going and stuff.
Sounds good. And then Willow?
I'm good. I think Will would make sure that Zola's got everything she wants to do done, and she'd give her, since we just got like a bunch of gold, she'd give her 15 gold to go buy some more books you might be interested in.
And yeah, she will be kind of over the moon with that.
We figure out what that token does.
And she'll smile, and she'll throw it on the ground, like, you know those little like those like snap things where you throw it on the ground and they pop. They're made of like that cheap, like thin
Yeah.
white paper. It's kind of like so that style, and it pops, and out comes an 80-pound emperor penguin that just starts waddling around. And
Wow, we could start a zoo. Is that part of your coffee shop idea?
Well, I did say we should have a petting zoo, didn't I?
You did say that.
And what's better than this? He goes where I direct him. Look, and she'll point, and he'll start waddling over, and then she'll point somewhere else, and he'll start waddling over to that until a minute passes, and then it shrinks into the coin once more.
Oh, so it's reusable?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, neat.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I haven't heard it. haven't tried to see what happens if you, because why would I hurt penguin?
Well, now just let me. I just gotta know for my purposes, little one. Did you figure this out by just throwing it because you were frustrated, or did you figure it out through magical means?
Magical means.
Do I believe her?
You could roll. What's your passive insight?
Passive insight's pretty high. For some reason, I put my character sheet away. One sec. Passive insight is 18.
Oh yeah. No, she definitely got angry at some point and threw it on the ground.
All right. Well, good job keeping your cool.
Sorry, that was really good. Well, thanks. See, Aunt Willow, I'm smart. Maybe one day I'll be smarter than Taratha.
Maybe.
But for business, not for
Gloating.
adventuring. Or gloating too. I mean, gloating's fun when someone deserves to be gloated at, but it's not good to gloat for no good reason.
And then I will hand her the other 5, and I'll say, well, you better figure out what all these are then too.
She will throw them all onto the ground at once, and out pop more emperor penguins. And you are now, it's suddenly a small zoo. The horses are neighing. Boomer looks up and gives one single boof at the sight of now 5 80-pound large emperor penguins waddling around uselessly. I think I found out what the rest of them did.
You did? Good job.
Thanks. Do you want to name them all?
Do I want to name them all?
Yeah.
I'll
Except
pass.
mine. I named mine.
You can name them all.
Alright. Well, we'll just have to wait, I guess, for it to, oh, there they go. And she'll collect the coins and pass them over, and she'll go, I'll think on names. But first, I gotta find out which books I'm getting, because, wow, you gave me quite a lot of gold. I can't spend it all in one place. Gotta save some, but I could definitely get some nice books right now, Aunt Willow.
Yep. Do you want company?
Yeah. You want to come along?
Sure.
All right. I've been talking with the girl that runs the desk. She's a little older than I am, and she works there only part-time instead of, living at the shop. But she's got a lot of good ideas. I've been talking with her a lot about the coffee shop idea, and she didn't think that the petting zoo idea was a good one, but wait until I show her my coin. That she'll be singing a real different tune once I show her that.
Maybe. You got her address?
Yep, we're gonna be pen pals. I
Well,
actually
that's
made a lot of pen pals. I made friends with them royals at the party too.
good job.
Hmm. But
I'm glad you could make some friends.
yeah. You
So,
Hmm?
tell me, this trip, yay or nay?
Oh, let's see how stubborn she is right now. Yay.
See, I still have a good idea once in a while. Maybe not as many as you, but
Yeah, I guess it was a real good trip, Aunt Willow. I'm glad. I didn't think I needed many friends because I liked books more than people. But I'm starting to see that having friends is good, and seeing you get along with yours and making friends with them silly bird folk. I'm getting it.
good. That can be the end of this scene there.
Sounds good. Y'all head back through the desert. On the way back, you are able to take the what's it called? The like the underground tunnels, because the reason why you couldn't take the tunnels there is because you had so much cargo, so many different things you had to peddle, so you were a little bit too cumbersome to go into the underground tunnel. it's common for you to leave or sell your carts once you sell the stuff in Bucral, and then take the sort of pedestrian passage back to Vara, because it's less expensive for you to sell the wagons here and then rebuy them in Vara than to have extra time above the desert and potentially lose them anyway in bandits and other sort of things that could happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, you do, like, there's definitely times where the caravan travels long distances with the desert, but with this Bucral trip, it's always you pack up, you go there, you sell your stuff, and then you take the easy way back.
And that's still probably why our friend wanted some time in the desert.
Sure.
And so it still takes you about 2.5 days, so you get in pretty late, and because you left later than anticipated, so it's shops are closed down at this point. There might be the odd food truck stand if you wanted to get some food before you head in. Would the party want to sort of gather at the Steady Quill for dinner together, or would you go your separate ways for now?
I mean, I take a break.
Oh no, there's still one more thing, but
sorry. I guess more. What I meant, sorry. I think I misspoke. What I meant was, I could imagine us going like back home, see how things shake out. Like that would be what's on my character did.
I got a couple things Taratha would be checking up on. Her little goblin squad, her checking with Alistair, all those things.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think saying meeting for breakfast might be more what we would do than
it's been
go
a long
immediately
trip.
to dinner.
What about brunch?
I mean, well, yeah, okay, fine. Tolly will suggest breakfast. Willow will say brunch. Tolly will say that's fine. Mimosas are great.
Nice. All right. So, Taratha, are you checking in as soon as you get home, or are you like on the Alcots as soon as you get home, or are you making that you sleep and then you do the thing?
I'd probably do it as soon as possible.
All right. So the party turns in. Taratha, when you get back, it's late, but Alistair is studying at the moment in his study.
Long time no see.
Oh, Taratha, you're looking good. How was your travels? Was it invigorating?
Taxing.
Oh, well.
Tax.
I do apologize. I know there's pros and cons. You gotta stay sharp, but I understand how it could be taxing, being in the desert for so long.
Yeah. What was particularly taxing is you didn't tell me you had business over there.
What business do you speak of, Taratha?
Was there maybe a birthday you were invited to?
How did you find about that, Taratha?
Because I wound up there.
Why? Immediately he bristles.
I was there for a job, and
not representing me, I hope.
But I ended up representing you. See, it would look quite bad for your advisor to go to a party and not as an official representation of you. It'd be very strange for me to be there and not you.
There was a reason that I wasn't going there, Taratha.
And what reason was that?
Because they're in the same ranks as the people that my father was. As soon as I looked at that invitation and saw what they were doing, I broke it off. For you, for your friend, and then you go over and you ruin what I was trying to do, to try and keep my name clear so that I can continue looking for you.
And why didn't you tell me any of that? Why would you tell me? Why would I go to a city? Why would I be
It's
sent?
a big city, Taratha. How did you... Why... What poor divine intervention would lead you to the one place I would not want you to go?
I was doing bodyguard duty. Bodyguard duty.
They didn't need to know that you were there, that you work for me. You have so many monikers as it is. Why not one more?
Regardless, they're very happy to hear from the Alcots.
I don't like people like that being happy to hear from me.
I think you may want to reconsider.
Out.
As you wish, my lord.
But first, I am going to visit your friend. Let her know that I mean no harm.
Willow?
Yes.
Actually, I know you're a little bit miffed at me. Can you tell me what happened the day you went to the bookshop? We can say this has nothing to do with our previous conversation.
Why?
Well, it's strange. She didn't like you that much. Zola, that is.
Yeah, because he was about to... I was nothing but kind to her.
Tell me how you were being kind.
I asked her for her advice on which book I should get. I complimented her for the knowledge that she provided. I knew that she might be joining you for your desert run. So I asked her if she was trained. She said no, so I gave her a gift to help her be safe.
That was very kind of you. She tells that story a little bit differently, but that's... She's young. She's young. So are you, but a little bit different.
Good night, Taratha.
Good night,
Lord. And then we could skip to brunch at that point, unless Tali, how do you get up that morning?
How do I get up that morning?
Yeah, after a long journey through and back to the desert, after taking on many side quests during this mission, what's it like whenever you have your first day back home after a stint out in the desert?
Oh yeah, I mean the night before she would have checked in with her peeps at the bar. Shared stories and drinks and gone to bed and probably woken up pretty early in the morning. Because she doesn't like the city. She doesn't like the noise of the city. She doesn't like
Now I've got an important question. Is Boomer an in-the-room dog or an outside-of-the-room dog when you're sleeping?
Oh, in the room dog. Yeah, in the bed dog.
Yeah, he definitely... I mean, he originally was a little kind of, like, unsure, but at this point, like, he sleeps on top of you. You have a dog that is, like, the size of you just flopped out. And you quickly learn that your bed is no longer yours. The top left corner of your bed is yours, and that's about it.
She is okay with this. She does not mind at all, and she likes having companions while she sleeps, if that makes sense. Because like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she does the tent thing very often. Becomes cumbersome when you have to like get up quickly to kill things. So
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, so she's probably up early, which is why she suggested breakfast. So yeah, she eats something small and then takes Boomer for a walk in the city.
Nice.
Um, just like as things are kind of getting going before like it's really crowded. Um, because the city's a little different than the other one, so you know, just kind of chilling with Boom. Um,
Nice. And are
and
you
then would
teaching the
eventually
rope?
find her. Yeah, I mean, I think probably she would start with a harness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess she would have done that actually on the road. Is she would have started
Mm-hmm.
teaching the harness knots and getting Boomer used to having a harness
Nice.
on.
I dig
Yeah,
it.
so that's
Roll me a D100.
um, what's my teeth? That's an 86.
All right. At some point, as you're passing by a street like, uh, what would it be? Sort of like a panini stand almost.
Mm.
Boomer, smells it and he starts tugging, and you stop him from tugging. But and he settles down, so you put your attention somewhere else, and you realize too little, too late that he snagged a hot panini off the grill. Um,
Okay.
and very quickly gobbles it down, but the owner does not notice that it happened. But you notice that a little kid on the other side of the street is giggling.
Yeah, she will turn to the little kid and just go shh. She'll put her finger up to her lips. Um,
I love it.
and motion for the kid, like to if they want to pet Boomer.
Oh, absolutely. Uh,
So she'll have Boomer like sit, um, and we'll just see how this goes.
yep. The kid is like grinning brightly, and they disappear for a moment into a shop, presumably to grab their parent, because a tall elven man comes out afterwards. They both have rich dark skin, with their hair in braids, and they walk across the street, and the dad kind of gives the young one a small nod, and the kid will go, "Can I pet your dog?"
Yes, you can.
"Thank you, miss." And the kid will walk over and very gingerly pat its snout. And once Boomer leans into the hand, well, then both hands just go and start ruffling up the fur, and the kid will lean up on their toes to give Boomer a kiss on his nose, and then step back and go, "Thank you, miss."
You're welcome.
And the dad will mouth "thank you," and they'll go on their way.
Yeah, she will smile and nod back. I mean, honestly, Tolly has been considering, like, now that she has this harness, just like randomly putting like candy on it,
Oh,
and like if Boomer like, and I guess this is a little weird, enticing children, but like if
oh
Boomer
my
becomes
god.
like the like you know all the street rat kids, like if he becomes like known by the street rat kids as like
Their
safe.
patron saint.
Yeah, like as like a safe thing, like she would be happy.
Oh,
She
that
would be
is.
so happy with that. Like that is why she would do that. It's just so like to make friends with, like make sure she can check in with like the some of the most downtrodden people.
Yup.
Um
I love it.
uh and also to get Boomer used to having people just like if a kid can come up and snag a candy off his back without approaching him from his face and he's okay with it, that's like good.
Yup. That's awesome.
Because yeah, so double all the reasons why she would do that. She doesn't do that now because she's got to get Boomer a little more under control than she's got him, but
Makes sense.
Eventually that is her goal with Boomer. But yeah, she'd eventually meander her way. She does leave a random gold. She will stealth sneak a random gold onto this Panini guy's
Yeah.
stand.
Nice.
Just like for no apparent, like he won't know what it's for, but it'll be there. uh, and then meander over eventually to Willow's place.
Nice. What was I gonna say? Willow, what do you do in the morning?
Start making brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Cook up some eggs and stuff.
Ooh, sorry, just totally as an aside, I just got an email from Greg J to the English department that's saying to.
Yep, I was waiting. I was waiting to say that.
That is, it's just saying presume that we are teaching online. I'm like, yes. But anyway, making brunch, and let's just see how Zola's feeling. Yeah, she'll help you. She's not the greatest cook. We all know at this point that she doesn't really have any sort of culinary expertise, but she definitely, especially after the sort of effort that you put into, giving her some life skills this past week, it seems like she has sort of committed herself to helping you, not just in terms of like the normal things that she does anyway, but just kind of just trying to be a little bit better. So she won't do the cooking part, but she'll chop up the onions and she'll wash the dishes before you have to get to them. So she's helping you out as best as she can right now.
Feel a little lonely?
I ain't feeling lonely. I just thought I'd help.
I always feel lonely the day after a nice trip.
Well, why would any of us feel lonely? I still got you. You got me. Your friends are coming over today.
It's true, but we were around a lot of people. You were hanging out with new friends that you made.
I suppose.
And now they're a little bit further away.
Well, if I get to be a real good wizard, nothing will be far away from me. I could run the bookshop and go across cities all one day.
Well, I hope you get there someday then. If that's what you want.
Well, right now it is what I want. And the bell will jingle as Tali enters, and then shortly after, Taratha. And Zola will give a little wave, and well, hello there. We're just finishing up cooking. Y'all want some? I know you want tea, Taratha. Tali, what would you like to drink?
Oh, a mimosa if you've got one.
Aunt Willa, do we have mimosas?
No.
Do y'all have orange juice? Cause
no. Want me to go buy some oranges? Willow's already out the door. There's probably an orange salesman or a fruit salesman somewhere on a corner nearby.
Yeah, Tali will hand the we'll just tell Boomer to sit and kind of give finger guns at Zola and then run after Willow. Catch up. And be like, you don't just have to do everything for everybody. Sometimes we can do things all by ourselves.
And you know that I don't do everything for everybody ever. But I felt like getting an apple too.
All right, well, I'm coming with you.
All right. It's not too big of a walk, guys. I just imagine like when I lived in China, like there's a fruit salesman like at the bottom of my apartment building. I
Yeah.
just walked like down a flight of stairs and there was fruit. Like so,
Yeah.
I'm imagining that it can't be too much different than that.
Yeah, no, it's very similar to that. You're making me miss living in the city. Because that was what it was like, too. And, I'm sorry?
No.
You get to the stand, you get some oranges. Zola will peel and press so that you have nice, fresh orange juice, and now you are all sitting at the table. What do you talk about?
Cheers to
Indeed.
a rather successful, unexpected sojourn into the desert.
So we just Eric wants to clarify. We made 300 each on that on the last one,
Yup.
Yeah.
and then uh and then I go ahead chop off 15 gold
Because why?
I gave it to Zola to spend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Zola, I've got some great news for you.
Oh, what's that, Taratha?
I just checked in with my dear friend Alistair, and he was smitten with the bookshop. It sounds like he's gonna be back later at some point. He said you were very helpful.
Well, it's my job to be helpful.
And it sounds like you were good at your job then.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I speak in telepathically to Zola.
And you'll just hear, he's just snooty and dumb.
Sounds about right.
That's pretty much it. Willow, you get the feeling that, like, yeah, like, he didn't do anything nefarious. He probably was not trying to be insulting, but maybe came off as insulting, but did not have any ill intent when he was here. Just
All
based
right.
on how Zola responded, at least. You don't know what Zola picked up, but you could just tell that this is just like a, because with the Ashina clan, even though she's very removed from it, there's a sort of pride that comes in hard work and kind of earning your keep, whereas she kind of feels that he lives too cushy of a life to earn his keep anymore. So it's just kind of also a cultural thing as well.
Sense. Well,
Well, what are we doing next?
Well, I may have made a promise to Cleek and Akadito.
Oh, great. What
what are
kind
you
of
doing
promise is
for
that?
him?
Well, I said that we would take on the island job, and they could accompany us.
Hmm.
Great.
And you made that decision pretty quickly, without much consulting.
Well, you guys went off into the desert, and I had a dead body at my feet. So, I made a decision.
That's fine. You can lead him to that place. I think I'm gonna sit out the next one.
We don't need to do it right away. Didn't sound like Cleek and Akadito were in a hurry. Also, they didn't give me anything to contact them with, so I don't even know how to get in contact with them. They just, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this small fortune that I got over there, put it to good use.
You could do some great rental work around here. God knows you need it.
No, I'm thinking of ditching this place again for a month or two.
Where are you going?
Why?
I think it's time we visit some family.
Ah,
But who's gonna run the shop? We've already been gone for 2 weeks. We can't go down there, go way longer. Then we won't have any. We won't have any customers to come in because we're never open anymore.
Well, that's what the money's for. I'll hire somebody to run the shop while we're gone.
But I like running the shop.
And it's your shop as much as it is mine. We just have other business to attend to right now. It's not going anywhere. It ain't got feet.
All
want
right.
a decent deal on some workers? Just let me know. Happy to ask some of the caravan people who were looking for a stint in the city.
All right. Well, they're good folk. I'd love to have some contacts like that.
All right.
And does anyone else have anything that they want to talk about while they're here?
So if we're not going to the bird place, where are we going? We're gonna go out to the crater
The meteor.
site.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's well, if you don't have to accompany me if you don't want, but that's you know, that's what
You,
I'm at best interest in right now.
you know me. I'm not much one for staying in the city if I can avoid it. We might
Then after
consider.
that,
Hmm.
yeah,
We might try and consider finding a third. If we're particularly if we're going alone. We're gonna try and get out there by ourselves. Which direction is it, Kelly? Because I feel like
The
when we talked about it
meteor.
last time.
The meteor's in the southwest. So like Vara's already pretty south as it is.
Mm,
But it's in like kind of the center south. So
are there any like towns out there the caravan would normally go to, or is that like a part that's like less traveled by me?
very
I
less
guess that's
traveled.
okay. Yeah, it's not part of the desert I frequent, and is likely to have quite a few friends in it.
I think that's a pretty good observation.
Eric, you had talked about bringing in a new character for at least the next trip, right?
Well, it just depends on what happens, because like I know there was also discussions of it being like off camera, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
right.
so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever happens, uh, I'll plan on being around.
That sounds like some last half hour talk to me.
Yeah, that might be last half hour talk,
Okay.
but I'm sure that will get sorted out. But yeah, so
I mean, it just depends, cause if you're, cause if okay, so the whole point of Tolly talking about finding a would not be a thing that I would continue if we're not trying to find another player character, like,
Uh,
cause she would just go, right, like, or
I
take
mean, you
an
could say that you
NPC or
take
something.
an NPC, but it's still off camera.
or you could meet me along the way, or you could, there's so much possibility, right? It's my character's goals could be happen to be aligned with yours for a certain period of time. There's infinite ways to jam a character into a plot.
No, I get that. It's
Mm.
just I mean, we'll take an NPC if we take an NPC. I just the reason I was talking about having a third was to to get another PC here. But
Yeah,
um,
makes sense.
but I mean, also Taratha and I, in character, you and I have traveled the desert on our own for well We did it a lot, so we might also just be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And now we have Boomer, who's basically a third.
You do have Boomer. What was I gonna say? You are towards the end of your conversation where the bell jingles again. And it is Alistair who enters. He is dressed in as plain clothes as a royal can get. He still radiates fucking nobility. But he's not wearing like the family colors and all that. And he seems a little surprised to see Taratha still there because he kind of assumed that you'd be out doing other stuff at this point. But after the brief moment,
Brunch, baby.
yo, he was expecting a breakfast meeting, not a brunch meeting. So after the brief moment where he seems somewhat surprised that Taratha's there, he completely ignores her. And looks to Willow, and he'll give a small nod of his head, and he'll go, "Hello, I was hoping to speak with you if you had a moment."
With me?
Correct.
Well, all right. Where do you want to? I don't know. You pull up a chair.
Oh, I was hoping it would be one-on-one. You do not have to uproot your friends. I'm happy to wait outside or to go elsewhere.
Sure, let's go for a walk.
And he will. God, the dogs are just messing
Do you
around.
need more oranges for your mimosa?
Are you saying that to Tali?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm alright.
Alright. So he will head out and hold the door open for Willow and close it behind you. And he will wait until you're, about halfway down the block. And he'll say, "From what I understand, I seem to have offended your niece. I would like to apologize for that. I
Oh, you
meant no harm."
ain't offended anybody. You're just cut from a different cloth. There's nothing to apologize for.
It is my understanding that there is a history between our families as well. And
This she is unaware of and will continue to be unaware of.
Yep. He's also, he starts saying that, and he'll look to you and he'll go, has Taratha told you anything about that?
I have some information. I don't like what I've heard.
So, I've imagined, if you would not mind letting me know what you know, so I can spare you repetitive details, that would be
Please.
appreciated.
I would love to hear those words from your mouth.
And he sighs, but he has gotten very used to people treating him tersely based on the history that his family has. And he'll go, "My father was a terrible man, and he aligned himself with people of similar ilk, of those who cared little for others and only of their own gain. And from what I heard, one of my father's endeavors with his colleagues resulted in a tragedy in your family. And I wanted to let you know that although I am not offended if you carry this distrust to me, I am working very hard to clear the things that my father has done and to right the wrongs, even though I know that nothing I do will bring back your loved one to you. I hope that we can continue having civil conversation. I hope that I can help you find the justice you seek and the answers you want. I attempted to distance myself even further from the people like those my father trusted. Unfortunately, Taratha ruined that by going into their den. I did not give her permission to join them or to speak
You're
with
speaking
them.
above my pay grade. I don't really care about your relationship with Taratha or those people.
What I am saying is, if it seems that I am trying to join ranks with the people that harmed your family, it is not because of something that I did. It is.
Are you telling me that those people that I tacitly helped protect were among those in the conspiracy?
I have reason to believe so. They used a very similar symbol to the one that my father had. And they are people that were close to the Alcott family at a time, many of them, if not all. So, I wanted to let you know that this job that Taratha took on my behalf was without my permission. And I am committed to finding these answers, to airing the wrongs out, to getting these men and women and families out of their shadows and into the light to see the justice.
Oh, they will see justice. Justice.
Bowie, come here.
Oof.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Justice from the other end of my metal foot.
And he'll smile at that. Bowie, come on, dude. And give a nod, and he'll go, I am sure that you will see it done.
But let us have no illusions here. I understand that maybe some part of you thinks that you care about making what's right, but I believe that for the most part you just want a clear conscience. And that's fine. But I don't trust people who always want to just clear their conscience. They can be swayed by that conscience quite easily. So please, and I ask you this ever most kindly, and not in a threatening way, do not withhold truths from me. Yeah.
And he'll give a bow and he'll say, well, I do not intend to do so.
Good.
This has been a refreshing walk, Willow. I will stop by again sometime.
All right, sounds good. How old is he comparatively to Zola? I'm just trying to...
He's 17.
Okay, so he's quite a bit older.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, not terribly. Like, there's a big emotional age gap between the two of them.
Yeah, she's way more mature than he is.
Because Zola, she just turned 14, or she's turning 14, this week. But definitely, like, they're just like, there's like waves apart in terms of like where they are at, like emotionally, developmentally.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll give a bow and head out. He will not go back into the shop at this point. What does Willow do after that?
I would bid farewell to my friends. I have one thing I would like to do in the city
Uh huh.
before we end the session. But obviously, if anyone else has anything they'd like to say or do, that would be totally okay.
Goblins.
Yeah, definitely. You could announce it, and we'll just consider it, done. And yes, I know you want to get to the goblins. I will text you, Corey, what you learned from the goblins.
Dope.
Tali, anything you want to do?
I mean, nothing outside of the ordinary. She's gonna do boomer stuff and basically just make sure she's checking in with all of her contacts in the city and um yeah.
Sounds good. And then Willow, what did you want to do?
I want to go visit Joanna.
Nice. All right. I mean, she's at work hammering swords. What do you do?
I'll interrupt her and say, with via telepathic talk, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Need to talk for a little bit.
And there's like you hear two clangs as she's probably just like finishing up the final touches to or where she's at right now. And are you in the shop or do you telepath?
We can do it. We can telepath in the shop. That's
Okay.
fine.
So then she'll go minute, and then minute passes, and she's got she doesn't just make you wait so she could finish where she's at. She also pours some tea, has some hospitality going, and she clears out some blueprints off of the table and makes a space for you to sit down across from each other, or it's a workbench rather, but she turns it into a sort of coffee table. And still speaking telepathically, she goes, "What's up?"
Good to see you.
You too, friend.
Gonna be heading out soon to visit the old clan. Anything you want me to tell them or give them?
Nothing right now. I think I haven't really thought much outside of work for the past few weeks, so I feel like anything I say, give, or tell will be very slapdash, and I don't want that reflected on me and the clan.
I won't be leaving for a couple of days. Send me a message if you need anything.
I'll do that. Thank you.
There's something else. And I just want to make sure I've got another set of ears that have this information.
Go on.
Of course, poor Zinni is no longer with us.
I felt that too.
Well, at the time, we thought it was a sickness that took her. But I have reason to believe that the old guard and it's not the Alistair clan. What's the name of it? The last name. What's the last name?
Alcott?
Alcott clan had something to do with it. Not the present ones, but the old guard. If anything happens to me, I need you to pick up on the loose threads. And then I slide across like a ceremonial dagger of the Ashina clan that's like about like keeping promises to her.
Nice. Joanna will her eyebrows lift for a moment, and she does take the dagger without question. And she does seem concerned for you and your safety, but she also trusts your capabilities. So her silence isn't so much suspicious. It's just her processing what you're telling her, as well as her silently worrying but not voicing that in the end. And she will go, "Well, I've never broken a promise."
I know. That's why I asked you.
And Zola, is she safe?
Yeah, she's coming with me to visit the clan.
Keep her closer. You never know.
I will. And since me and Joanna don't really have a good relationship, there wouldn't be much chit chat. I think that would be about it. And then
Yeah.
we'd head out.
Yeah, but you would also get the hint that Joanna, she's very protective of people from the Ashina clan. So
Mm-hmm.
you get the hint that if there's anything that you doubt about yours or Zola's safety, even though you are not close, she would be there in a heartbeat.
All right.
All right. And we'll end it there for today. Thoughts, comments?
Hey, we killed the beholder.
You did.
Shot it in its big dumb eye.
I've been waiting for weeks to yell at Taratha as Alistair.
I felt like you were excited for that moment.
Oh yeah. But also yes, the Beholder. I love them so much. I feel like there needs to be like more beholders in D&D besides just like the, a stat block monster to go after. Like I really miss Joy and her, fused beholder eye getting to, talk with one another and just deal with some of like the beholder lore.
I'm in a campaign right now where the pirate captain of a ship is a beholder.
Nice.
And apparently, like every 2 weeks, the beholder like conjures another version of itself, and they fight. The two copies fight each other out to see which one becomes the next captain. It's a very disorienting experience.
I love that so much.
Only the strong survive.
Yep. Eric,
I'm
you're...
really excited.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Corey.
No, I'm really excited about it.
Your Mirage Dragon reminds me a lot of Beholders because when Beholders dream, they warp reality, and that's what your Mirage Dragon does.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
like,
there's definitely some inspiration there.
Mm-hmm. I love that shit.
But for me, it was like imagining a creature that sleeps like 6.5 to 7 days a week, and then imagining what that dragon might be like,
Yeah.
in the world of D&D.
That's cool. So what are we doing next, guys?
Meteor.
Because I really want to see the meeting with the Ashina clan. There's also the meteor. I'm not sure if we as a group want to have a 1 to 3 shot going to the meteor. Do we want to have a 1 to 3 shot with the Ashina clan? I'm not sure. What are people's thoughts?
I mean, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I thought I'm actually very confused about what we had decided last time. I don't actually remember what we decided when we had that 3-hour in-character conversation.
From what I recall, what we talked about is because the Ashina clan is pretty adjacent to that long lost, forgotten civilization up north, that we could kind of merge that journey, so to speak. So I thought that's the direction we decided, that we would do one shot meteor, and then from there move on to the civilization of the north / Ashina clan. But I could be wrong. That's what I remember.
I remember something similar, but
Willow not wanting to go to the meteor. She wouldn't take the time because it was too much time, I see. And so that was going to be off, but then someone said we're going to do that off screen, which I'm also fine with. I don't mind doing that off screen. That just wasn't what I remembered being the thing we were doing. So honestly, I don't. It's all off screen, or like Willow could do a one-on-one on screen, and we wouldn't be there for a session, and then the next session, we would go do a one-shot meteor time, and Willow wouldn't be there. And then we could go, I don't know, to the next spot with all of us there after a couple of months had kind of like passed, quote unquote, in game.
Eric?
I don't think we need to do any sessions with the Sheena clan thing because I assume that that it would just be like the clan is very insular, and so like I don't know how it would be swung to have like you guys either come along or anything like that, and it probably is just more of a thing that where Kelly can just tell me like this is kind of how it goes, you know what I mean? I don't think it needs to be a session or anything like that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does. I would leave up to Kelly and what she thinks would be the most fun for everyone. As for the other stuff, I'm fine with not playing Willow for a while. I'm fine with even stepping out and missing a couple sessions. So whatever you guys feel is best.
I mean, we could also do it where when you do the meteor, do the Ashina clan, and then we have a time skip, and the next time skip is the next thing that you are doing together.
Yeah, which is that's typically how higher level D&D usually
Yeah.
works out, right? Because but I'm fine with that.
So do we want both of these things to be quote unquote off screen and then next week is the time skip?
I could do that.
Doesn't matter to me.
I guess what would that look like? Would we just all be going to the Lost Civilization then?
Well, you would be on your way leaving. Like, I'm gonna have to do something because this is like very much,
Well, no, I wasn't
expedition.
saying like, and then we're there. I was
Yeah.
saying like that's like what the next step would be. Like, would be going there. Like, we would meet Willow like outside the Ashina clan, and then like
We
GTA.
could probably meet back in the city.
Yeah, like I
Well, I thought
assumed.
the Ashina clan was on the way to that spot.
It might be, but I'm imagining like a 3-month skip here,
That's
right?
what I'm thinking too. And at the end of the 3 months, you are back in Vara. All of your side quests are handled, and now you are heading to the northeast.
And I'm sure that maybe I won't be a buzzkill, right? Willow will want to go on this adventure for whatever reason.
I mean, but also Eric, like I don't want you to play a character that like wouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying?
I,
Like
as the
as much as I
DM, can
want,
make
as
that
much as
happen.
Tolly wants Willow to be there. Like
Willow has a strong desire for exploration and learning new things and experiencing new things. It's just that she's pulled between like two worlds. There's like this family life and providing and being stable and like going out and doing things. And so there's of course going to be like a natural action reaction where she goes out and does something for an extended period of time here, and now she swings in the opposite direction of like family and being close, right, and being safe, right. But then it's going in 3 months, it'll swing in the other direction, and she'll be getting cabin fever or whatever. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'll just I'll figure out what each of you all learn over these 3 months and what we'll make some off-screen rolls and stuff like that to see how well it goes. But we'll just assume that next week is a 3-month skip.
Okay. So how long in game have we like up until right now, until this moment?
Mm-hmm.
Like before the 3-month skip, how long have we been in? How long has it been in game?
I think like
From
4
like
to
initial.
6 weeks.
Okay.
Like somewhere between like definitely more than a month, but not quite 2 months. Since we started with the trouble at the theater.
Okay. Cool. And did we level?
Yes, you did.
Hey, our first level as these new chars.
Yup.
Yay.
What are you?
Yay.
Or, you know what? Just
We're level 11 now.
So just
level 12.
I was gonna say level 12 by the time you get to the 3-month skip. So just do a double level up.
So double.
Jeez,
oh
okay.
my gosh.
Cool. Awesome.
I mean,
God.
to be fair, we did do a lot without leveling.
Yeah.
Like if you look back at what we've done, and Beholder on top of all, like I don't know what the actual XP values of everything we've done, but we've done a lot.
Well, I mean, we
Tolly
started
literally didn't even hit the beholder.
I know.
Like,
We
I did
started-
nothing in
okay.
that fight, so I don't know.
Yeah, but
Tolly,
we started
you
this
were the magic part.
campaign in March, so it's been 3 months. That's a long time. I'm not saying like
Oh,
boo or anything. Like I want to level up more. The only boo I have is that I don't get to be 11 with my 3 extra attacks. And just be one-upping all you guys that whole time. Instead,
I'll be
you
happy
But
already
with
one up
yeah.
me all
No.
the time. What are
I'm
you even
saying
talking
is
about?
you
I'm just
leveled
joking.
up between then and now, so this is level 11, and between now and 3 months from now, you get your out of game level up.
Yeah. Then no. I totally get it. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that I wanted to shoot 3 bullets, while everyone else was still a level 11, but that's fine. I'm like pontificating on power spikes because this is like a big power spike for a fighter, right? It's level 11.
Oh yeah.
Whereas most of the classes they get an ASI at level 11, right?
Level
Or is that
12.
No,
that's
that's
level
12.
Level
Oh yeah,
12.
so I get one at
Having-
level 12.
Oh, level 6 spells. Let's go.
No, I guess I'm kind of a fan of like the slow leveling at higher levels, so I don't really care either way. I'm
Oh,
happy
yeah.
to take level 12. Don't get me wrong.
Level 13 is my big level, but yeah, I'm excited.
You've been
Yup.
saying that about level 11 forever. Like,
Level 11 is when I get my first level 6 spell, and I don't see level 7 until level 13. So 12 is like that weird middle child.
I mean, it's an ASI
yeah.
/ feat.
Yeah, fuck it.
I totally forgot I have fucking Indomitable.
Oh my god.
you're cute. I also have level 6 spells now.
I have a question for the DM.
No.
So for Indomitable says that reroll a failed saving throw must keep new roll. And so, all right, but I have advantage on wisdom saving throws. So if I were to re-roll would I re-roll again with advantage?
I would say no, because your advantage is for the first one, and if that end result is still bad, you get one more.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah.
I don't know where to put this ASI.
I do have a question for Eric, and curiosity to how, because right now it's very clear, I mean, I think it's very clear, but it might not be to others, that Alistair has a very inaccurate understanding of what the Arcane Bane is, because he still thinks that they are operating more like the Purple Shields, and he thinks that Taratha is, like, with their ranks. So I'm curious how Willow is feeling about Taratha in this moment, given her conversation with Alistair.
Oh, easy. As always, Willow thinks that Taratha's a little dumb. No, not in a good way. More like Taratha strikes Willow as somebody who pursues like power and strength and has a high value on those things. And that's going to sometimes lead you down paths where you might rub shoulders with kind of some of the wrong people or whatever. So when Alistair was kind of like being like, oh, I don't want to associate with those people, they might be bad, Willow was just like, I trust Taratha that like she may not know who these people are and how bad they are, but when she finds out, she'll do the right thing or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like some nefarious plot by Taratha to do bad or wrong. It's just Taratha has an insatiable curiosity.
Nice.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Corey, but that's how Willow feels about it.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sitting there, like, as a player, I'm so intrigued by this proposition Kelly gave me that I'm just like, I step back, like, no, it's not just me as a player. Like, Taratha just cannot turn away.
I know.
Whatever knowledge is about to happen.
I know. It felt so good to set that up. I love shit like that.
Also, I want to point out one key difference between Taratha and Franz is when you introduce a character called Deke, there was no laughter.
Yeah, and no dick jokes either.
No, because these characters don't really make dick jokes.
Yup.
They're sophisticated.
Yup.
We're like playing mature characters. It's like weird.
We have
Yeah.
jobs. The morning
It's I don't even know if it's
Kids.
mature,
routine.
but like serious. We're playing very serious characters. Like none of us are playing like Tolly is go with the flow, but not go with the flow. Like do whatever. It's like I don't know. It's like a serious go with the flow. Almost solemn, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Other thoughts? We got 5 minutes.
I think I'm gonna try and maybe. I mean, I'm gonna pretend that I actually have time for this and that I'm actually gonna do this.
Hmm.
Write up some other contacts in the city because I know she has them,
Uh-huh.
and I just like need to figure out what they are and like write them up and have some of that fleshed out. Um,
If chat wants to help me out, I don't know. Maybe should I try to take a feat?
I think level 12 is a fantastic time for a feat because like you've already gotten like like the ASIs in the early levels, and then you can trust level 13 to up your proficiency bonus, so you get like a plus on stuff anyway. So like now's a good time. Spoiler alert, when we level up next time, Eric, whenever that happens, I'm taking a feat.
Oh, cool. Which feat are you thinking?
Warcaster.
Oh, good.
So that I
That's a good
can,
feat, especially for an artificer who is more or less a frontline tank in this party.
yeah, because I want
Well,
to.
no, you're like the least frontline tank ever.
I try to, but
Yeah.
then Misan just keeps going front, and I'm like, you know what? Then I guess I'll like, not have two melees. But I
I
want to.
gotta be honest.
Uh huh.
I love Ashley, but when you guys were in that hallway, running up to the fire giant was like the dumbest thing someone could have done.
Yeah.
Because it's like that thing can either throw one rock or punch you or like slash you with its sword, you know what I mean, like
Yup.
3 times. It's like, hold back. But anyways,
Yup. No,
Warcaster's
that's.
good.
Yeah.
It's because you're
so
always flying around, so you're not always easy to hit for the enemies.
Mhm.
I took feats early, and I might actually use this one for actual like leveling. I'm thinking about actually my strength, upping my strength some.
Mhm.
Not a bad idea. I'm none sure what I might want to do. I don't know. I don't know.
Sharpshooter is a pretty good feat.
Mhm.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's always lucky.
No.
I hate the lucky feat.
Oh.
They're like on principle, I'll never take it on a character. I think it's bad design.
So I took it on one character. I'm playing one character with lucky feet right now, and I almost never use it.
Hmm.
But
You have to remember that it's there because it's on
so
bronze.
so
Yeah.
we're playing Tomb of Horrors.
It's like my indomitable feat, you know.
We're gonna start there. We're playing Tomb of Horrors, and we're basically playing ourselves, but like not really. Like we have better stats than we would actually have, and we can use class things in a way that obviously I cannot. But I am a relatively lucky person when it comes to like insane situations. And so I was like, I feel like I will take the lucky feat. But it's like we're playing multiple sessions and it's only one day. Like we have to finish this whole thing in one day, but like we're actually playing through like several, like 5 or 6 sessions to get it done. So it's like you only have one set of spells and only one day to use all of your lucky stuff and stuff. So that's the one time I've taken lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Lucky's like terrible. I just think for me, Lucky strikes me as not a character. It doesn't like fulfill the fantasy that I would like it. Like the halfling Lucky feat, I think really fulfills that desire a lot better of being lucky because it feels really like luck is like to me chance kind of. So like there's like a chance you roll a 1 and then you're like lucky, and you roll again, like it's like this elation, this excitement. Whereas with the lucky feat, sometimes it can just feel like, oh, my character just doesn't fail at things. Like, oh, my 1 or 2 bad rolls this day, I turn it into a good roll. And it's so that, and so I'm not opposed to, like, if a player wanted to take lucky in my game, I'd let him. But it's a feat that I don't get excited about having as a player, at least.
So I now have 167 HP.
Holy shit.
Almost as much as a beholder.
Yeah, like Akadito's a level 20 paladin and he has 224 as his max.
Well,
And,
I mean, I took tough and also have a 5 constitution.
Yeah.
DM.
So
Can we do the alternate rules and the expanded player things where when you get an ASI, you can also exchange your what's it called? Proficiency tools. Like it's all proficiencies technically. Like you can swap a proficiency, but
yeah,
I just want to change my proficiency from woodcarver's tools to tinkerer's tools.
absolutely.
So that way I can actually use my weapons or fix them.
Yo, no, that makes sense. All right. With that, it is 5 o'clock, so we'll call it here for today. Thank you all for joining us, and we shall see you next week.
Bye-bye.